Hey guys, it's Mr. Haran again. This video today is going to be dedicated to hands-on building composite figures. Now, I don't have many vocab words for you today, but I do need to talk about what a composite figure actually is. So we've been learning about volume. So what a composite figure is a combination of two or more three-dimensional figures. So I've created a few hands-on examples for you, and we're going to go over those. So first off, I made this crazy figure. Now, if I wanted to find the volume of this composite figure, can I just do length times width times height? If I counted this, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units wide or long, 1 unit wide, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units tall. That would be 1 times 5 times 7, which would be 35 units cubed. But what about this stuff in here? There's nothing there. So length times width times height does not work when there's empty space in the middle. Okay, so we need to have a little bit of a different plan for this. So really, the way to find the volume of a composite figure is to break them into sections that don't have a gap in the middle, okay? So really, I can look at this and I can say, well, I'll take that piece off, and this piece off. So if I have these 4 pieces right here, 2 in each hand, yeah. As I have these here, if I want to know the volume, all I have to do is find the volume of each of these individually and add them up together. And then there's no fluff or space in between that's thrown off our numbers. So as I look at this one, for instance, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tall, or the height is 7, width and length is 1. So this is 7 units cubed. I can also just count the cubes if you can see them close enough. So this one right here, let me get these out of my hands. So this one is 1, 2, 3 units cubed. So 3, 7, 7 again, and 3. So if I add all of these together, I can write it on the board. If I can get my lid off. Nope, that didn't work either. If I have one that's 3, 3, 7, and 7, of course, these are all units cubed. Units cubed. And then same thing for all of these. All I could do is add these together now, and I have 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 7 is 13, plus 7 is 20 units cubed. That's what the volume of the composite figure is. If I quick put this back together, I think I can do it, because I'm amazing, right? Okay, I did it. So the volume of this composite figure is 20 units cubed. Yes, whenever we're using models like this, you can also count up each individual cube. That will work, but we're going to get to 2 examples where that won't work as well, okay? Next example. This one. This one's kind of crazy. It's got all kinds of dimensions to it. Let me erase my board. So once again, I can't really just look at this and do length times width times height. So what I want to do is I want to break it up into prisms. So I can break off this nub up here, right there, these ones here, and this one. So if you look at these, I've got a bunch of beautiful prisms now. Ta-da! I lost one. Okay, I've got all of these here. I can find out the volume of this piece is 4 units cubed, 2 units cubed, 2 units cubed, and 2 units cubed. So as I add all of these together, I can see that I actually have 10 units cubed. So really, composite figures, while they may seem a little bit scary, not so bad. I just have to break it up into beautiful prisms and then add them, okay? So it's really no big deal. I'm now going to show you one last example for this video, and I'm going to kind of show on the board how to draw it out, okay? So I have a handy dandy composite figure here. Now I used different colors again so that you can actually see the layers being formed. Now, you won't always be able to see these in three-dimensional form like I've got here for you, but if I was to draw this on the whiteboard and break it into layers, I could just look at this top layer that's yellow, and I can just draw this one. So my strategy for drawing it, I realize we're not all perfect artists like me. I'm actually also not perfect, but I've had lots of practice drawing these composite figures. So the first one, the yellow one right here, it's 4 cubes long and then 1 high and 1 wide. So really what I'm going to do is I'm going to just draw a long box right here, and then I'm just going to break it into 4 pieces. Sound good? Then for this part, I'm just going to go back a little diagonally, diagonally, diagonally. It's not perfect, but it's going to be fine. And then I just go up a little bit diagonally. And now I've drawn this yellow piece. Okay, so now I get to my next layer, which is the green layer. And I can see right here that this one, once again, is 4 wide, 1 tall, but then it's got 3 backwards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by drawing my 4 that are here. I'm making these a little bit smaller so it's not as big on the whiteboard. So I've got this here, and then it's just 1 high again. So let me get this right here. Oh, it actually goes back. It's already 1 high here. This is what was throwing me off. I knew something was weird. I need to go back 3 spaces because of this one right here. So I'm actually going to make this one go back a little bit further, like this. Box it off, and then now I do longer diagonals up here from each of these pieces. And then since I decided that I had 3 wide right here, I'm going to make 3 along this side right here. So I go 1, 2, and then I can just bring those lines directly across. So now this one's beautiful. You can see if you double check that this one is 3 backwards, 4 sideways, and then it's just 1 tall. So that represents that one right there, okay? And then my very last one, if I look at this right here, it's 4 long, 4 wide, and 1 tall again. So as I finish off this area, I'll actually do it below right here so you can see it nicely. So once again, 4 wide. They've all been 4 wide. You notice that pattern. And then now I'm going back 4, which I may run into that one, so I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. They don't quite run into each other. So once again, I've got all these going back, but now I know that it's 4 wide. So I'm going to actually make this into 4 groups. 4 groups. Boom. So I just tore into pictures my cubes. Now, if you're not perfect at it, I'm not expecting you to be, because it's taken me years of practice to be this good. I mean, it shows, right, that I've been practicing. So I can put this little composite figure back together, and I can see if I have it here, it's hard to find the volume. Once again, I can't do length times width times height. I can't say, oh, in this tallest point, it's 3 high and then 4 and 4. It's not going to work that way. So I need to break it up into my different prisms. So this one is 4 units cubed. This one, 12 units cubed. You can see all 12 pieces. And this one's 16. So in order to find the volume of this composite figure right here, I've just got to add them together. So 12, this one's 12, right? 12, 16, and 4. Let's write it on the board because it's fun to do math in your head, but it's better to get it right, especially on video, right? So I've got 16 units cubed, 12 units cubed, and then the last little one was 4 units cubed. Also, notice how I'm doing a beautiful job and making sure that the ones place is lined up. Very helpful. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. And then 1, 1, and 1 is a 3. So I have 32 units cube. And this is how I could draw the individual sections. So I can just realize that you understand that composite figures, while originally scary to find the volume, if you break them into chunks, you're going to be just fine. All right. So composite figures are when you have multiple three-dimensional figures that are combined together to find the volume. Separate them. All right. Thank you.